Graphene has really great properties as a biosensor. I mean, it's going to change the world, how we interact with biology as human beings. But making it work reliably is much harder than I think a lot of us understood in the beginning. Standards are important for that. What the Graphene Council is doing is important for that. What we've developed at Cardea and is in use out there is important for that.
2022, has been a year of kind of maturation of the conversation regarding the industry and graphene standards. The Graphene Council played a huge role in that with the graphene classification framework. Terrence and I had a couple conversations about how it was going through the editing process, because there was one thing that was very important to me that's missing from here, which is electronics grade monolayer CVD graphene. And so that began a conversation about what should the standards be around monolayer CVD graphene? How do you do electronics with graphene, and how should that be approached from a standardization point of view?
And on the standard side, I do want to shout out and give kudos that you've been a huge help in us understanding the needs for this particular type of graphene material. For those who maybe are not that familiar with graphene, it's not one material, it's kind of like a family of materials with different types and forms, each of which are engineered to perform a different task. So it's really important to get the right graphene for the job. And then within that, what we see with this presentation with Cardea is to go a step further and to target what graphene can do with its amazing properties to solve really significant, meaningful problems. And I can't think of many areas that are more meaningful than human health and addressing, diagnostic is the front end of fixing whatever's wrong with us.
Yeah.
And what comes down the pike.
I've been super impressed as I've been able to work on the standards side with Graphene Council. The overall message that I'm trying to say of, look all the way through your application, get all the way to the end user before you think that you understand your input material. I know the other folks who have contributed to the standards that the Graphene Council is putting out are thinking that way. And so it's really great to see us as an industry mature like this and really take this end product focused point of view on what we're doing, and so it's a bit more complicated maybe with a biosensor, and particularly when you start saying and it's going to be used for medicine, but the philosophy is the same.